Gekitotsu Dangan Jidousha Kessen Battlemobile is developed and published by Systems.com, released for the Super Nintendo, or should I say, Super Famicom, since it's only in Japan in the year of 1993. And let me just say it right now. Why does this game only come out in Japan? Anyway, you might not heard of Systems.com, but you definitely know about Smart Ball and Riding High, so you should be familiar by now. Anyway, in Battlemobile, you and your lovely girl are driving on the road when suddenly some bad guys decide to take her away from you, and it's up for you to stop her. And you wanna know what's funnier? This guy waited a full year just to have his revenge. Oh. Wow. I have no words. I'm gonna assume that they were forced to be married and they don't really like each other, and they only care about the inheritance. Or maybe, who knows, maybe it was the guy's plan all along, or the lady cheated on him. You just cannot trust anyone! Anyway, Battlemobile is yet another shmup. You are controlling your trustworthy car. No, this is not Knight Rider. It's just your normal raid car. You can control your car with a D-pad and a couple other features on the face button. Simple as that. Instead of giving the lame usual machine gun, the car comes with one special move: dashing. This is useful to hit any vehicles off the road and out of your way. Using a gun will make it too easy for you, so why not use a dashing mechanic to punish those that ever oppose you? This is what you will be using all the time. Dash to avoid enemy projectile and retaliate with your trustworthy dash. Your normal raid car is not kit, and you wouldn't able to do much by slowly pushing them. Dashing comes in very handy, as you can see here. I'm constantly mashing the B button, and the result is I'm practically immortal. No one can stop me, and even if they do, first thing they will notice is that they're heading straight for a wall, exploding to a million pieces and burning straight in hell. Small enemies like bikers just blow up right away, whilst the enemy in a similar size as you constantly gets bumped around, and now further go into the wall. Sayonara, adios. And the bigger enemy may look like they won already, but spoiler alert, they didn't. Your constant dashing pretty much gives them no chance to fight back. While you're busy dashing around, don't forget you are just a normal raid car. Your fuel gauge is constantly depleting, and when it runs out, you lose a life. But here's the thing. The game will constantly throws you a set amount of fuel pick up on the road, just enough for you to finish the current level, so you better not miss them. Your fuel also depletes when you collide with walls or get hit by enemy projectiles, which can be relentless. Good news is that the game provides you with a number of shields. By pressing the A button, you will be invisible for a short period of time. I highly suggest you to use it only when your fuel is at the lowest, because the shield stops the depletion of the fuel, and during the boss fight when it comes pretty handy. You will thank me later. There's also the Y button that fires your missile, which you have unlimited amount as well, but too bad it only works on airborne targets instead of ground ones. Look, the missile is clearly flying into the way of the cars, but how did it not hit them? It really doesn't matter though, considering you only use it for like 10% of the game. As for the game itself, the game takes place from an overhead perspective, which reminds me of an arcade game like Bump and Jump from Data East and LED Storm from Capcom. Like I said, you move around with the D-pad and the face button to attack the enemy. The car control is simply smooth regardless of what situation I'm in. Doesn't matter if I'm moving casually or if I'm using the dasher, I was still able to get full control of my vehicle without much hassle. As a result, I was able to enjoy the game to the maximum speed, and the game, as you can see, is clearly made by a developer who cares dearly about their project. Sometimes you will have to switch paths, sometimes you have to jump over the ramp, and sometimes you just have to avoid every hazard. all of which just adds to the experience, which is already good at this point. There are a total of 5 stages which can be beaten in less than 20 minutes as a whole. Each stages have different varieties to hinder the player from being bored. Every levels also have different soundtracks to accompany you on the long road trip. They are pretty well composed that certainly fits within the high-speed situation. First level sees you driving in some kind of woods with river nearby. Second level where you drive on a bridge high above the city and skyscraper below you. LED storm anyone? Third level where you approach a deserted town. Level 4, you are driving by a mountain with a blue ocean on your right, and the ocean proves that your raid car is really normal. Last level where I guess you straight off in a big desert land as if it was the enemy last stand. Each level's weren't that difficult either, regardless if I pick easy, normal or hard. The game never actively punishes you at all. Whereas in Bump and Jump, there are some levels where the developer just hate the player. Like this one, who would have thought you meant to jump? Or in LED Storm, where this level just adds obstacles everywhere to make you lose the game. And then you look at Battlemobile and how you wish those two companies were able to learn from this. It's the same case with Freedom Planet, which is an indie game that was inspired by Sonic games. But Freedom Planet have better level design and seamless transition compared to Sonic's, whilst the latter keep facing the same dilemma for decades. Freedom Planet came in and do what Sonic games could never do so far. Same thing with Battlemobile, the game from start to finish remained consistent and never once that I felt like I was having frustration with the levels. The graphical fidelity is pretty good as well. Remember, the Super Nintendo Famicom came out in 1990 and the game 3 years later. For a 16-bit console, the game is no slouch with the visuals. The color palette looked really nice and the developer made a good use of them. The objects all have good details from one another and there is no signs of laziness. Overall, Battlemobile is yet another underrated masterpiece. The game controls well, gameplay is exhilarating, the difficulty is not too brutal either. Anyone will be able to pick up the game and master it easily. Heck, I even myself also having some fun. And it's pretty easy and I'm working my way to try get my first Shmup 1cc. Wish me luck. Unfortunately, this will be the only car Shmup made by Sakon, and it remains that way until 1998, where they will announce they will be leaving the gaming industry forever. What a bummer. That's all I gotta say to this video. If you enjoyed what you see, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss a thing. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next operation.